As I talked to Christine and about her life, it was pretty clear that she was seeking God. She'd been seeking God for a number of years.
I guess I'd always had a feeling that there had to be more to life. My ex-husband was very sick and he started going to church, and he asked me one day if I would like to go with him. And I thought, well, you can't really say no to a person who's really sick. So I said, yes, that would be fine. So I went along with Steve and we sat at the back of the church, and I really enjoyed it. You know, I found it a wee bit strange at times, and then sadly Stephen passed away, and I met Sam because Sam was doing the funeral, and Sam came round to our house, and poor Sam, I bombarded him with all these questions.
She began asking me lots of questions about God and about church, and I remember thinking as I was having this conversation, Sam, don't stuff this up. This is pretty much the overriding thought in my head, because here's someone who's actually really interested in God, who clearly is seeking.
All these years I'd been thinking about it, but I'd never done anything about it, never actually taken the steps. So I thought, well, it's no harm. You know, if you want to learn how to play soccer, you join the club, don't you?
We just never felt like life was in balance. And Chris probably felt this before I did. I just thought you'd had to put up with it and just take the stress on and get on with life. And I guess, in effect, man up. Where Chris kept saying, look, are we heading in the right track here? Is this what we want our life to be?
I remembered a friend in Auckland when we'd been living here had told me about the Alpha course, and I'd taken absolutely no interest whatsoever when she mentioned it.
Christine emails me and says, we've heard of this thing called the Alpha course. We're wondering whether you guys run Alpha or whether you have a course coming up. So I reply, yes, we've got a course coming up very, very soon. You know, would love for you to join us on that. Now, we had no Alpha course organised at all, and so I proceeded to run to the office next door to some of the staff and say, we have to organise an Alpha course.
We got another reply to say, yes, there was an Alpha course, and I asked Ben if he'd come with me, and he sort of thought it was something nice to do, didn't you? Sort of like going to bingo or...
I thought I might keep Chris happy by doing something together as a couple, so I said yes to this, unaware of what it involved.
We watched the first movie, and it was just a total revelation, to use the word. And when we left, we found ourselves talking about really important stuff all the way home in the car, not just who was getting the groceries and that stuff. We were really talking about life, and we couldn't wait to get back next Wednesday, could we?
They come along to the Alpha course. We had one of our guys in our church give the talks live, and I think Ben actually was the first one to put his hand up and say, okay, I'm up for getting prayed, you know, to be filled with the Holy Spirit.
For me personally, that day, the Holy Spirit day, which was the end of the Alpha course, was what changed everything for me, brought everything into clarity. To going from the start of that day of not knowing what the Holy Spirit was to the end where it just felt like I was on fire.
Following that Holy Spirit day, our life turned upside down. In fact, I think the Holy Spirit just got stronger and stronger and stronger in our lives for the next few weeks.
I actually remember when we went home that night, went to walk the dog in the middle of the night, sort of 8, 9 o'clock at night, so it's dark. And I thought I'll just have another wee go and just test this Holy Spirit business out.
Yeah.
And so I prayed and I asked for some more Holy Spirit, and I was just blown out of the water because those sensations, I got it again in bucket loads.
The level of our relationship changed too. It was so much deeper, and we felt really, really connected with each other in a way that we hadn't felt for a long time. And we just couldn't get enough. We were watching things on YouTube where we'd probably read like 10 books, and we just couldn't get enough. We were on fire, couldn't get back to church quick enough. Absolutely loved it.
I have never seen a couple go so hard for God, and it's actually encouraging and inspiring for me, because it's like, this is actually what it should be like. Like, give your life to Jesus, don't just kind of toddle along, go for it. You know?
Now I feel it's time to actually actively stand up.
To walk the talk, isn't it?
Absolutely, to walk the talk and to be actively worshipping, but you know, just being involved and doing my part in all of this.
Still am in awe about the whole thing, and that how I have gone all these years and not realised that this God is real, and He's right here with us every day.
Watch the space, because these guys aren't just going to warm a pew for the rest of their lives. These guys are going to significantly build the kingdom.
You know, we're just the same. We're just exactly the same, only I think we're a bit nicer, a bit kinder and a bit nicer, and I think we're softer.
I think we're living with passion now too.
Yeah.
Which, you know, every day's exciting.